Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Good Morning Soul. And today, I, Soul, am going to be talking about something I used to be pretty into. Back when I was really just kind of getting into YouTube, getting into having my own laptop and making creative things with it. I was trying out a lot of new things, because when I first got my own laptop, I only used it for writing books because it didn't have internet, and I didn't have internet for a while. And then I got my own laptop, and that's when I got a new laptop, I should say. And after a while I decided I was gonna try out doing YouTube, and I always wanted to try to do other things too, one of those being music. And I've always wanted to make music, but I want to make music in that very I'm not special in that. Everyone wants to make music, and a lot of the reasons why I want to make music are for I like writing. I want to do things with music narratively and things along that angle. I'm not a musician. I don't play instruments. I don't as of now know my way around producing music or doing anything like that. And the only musicians who are that unknowledgeable are rappers, and I don't think I'm cut out to be that either. But there was a time, I remember my friends were getting into making stuff on Fruity Loops, stuff like that, and I just was doing random things with already existing songs. I wouldn't call them remixes. If you ever seen Nightcore is basically when somebody who's extremely lazy just puts a song into an editing software. They fuck with the pitch, they fuck with the tempo, and that's basically it. Maybe they add a little bit of bass. Some people don't even know how to do that. And that being said, though, a lot of Nightcore has some pretty actually interesting final products. And I've always I've said this before, I love whenever there's pitch changes or changes anything along those lines within a song, especially vocal changes. So at one point I was hey, I'm gonna try to just do something similar to that. So I made a couple songs where I would just put in an already existing song into the same software I used to edit videos. And I didn't, back then I don't think I knew what I knew now about editing sound, but I was still playing around. And playing around, you can actually just make some cool things. I remember I would take instrumentals, already existing instrumentals, cut them up and change the bass, and then rearrange it so it's kind of a new instrumental, and then I would have someone rap over it, but I would edit their voice, so it's kind of a new original project. And then there was a couple where I literally just basically Nightcored it, but instead of just making it this squeaky chipmunk thing, I sometimes I would lower their voice, I would raise the pitch, I would do little things. And in some cases, well, I might as well just tell you how this ended up. I didn't really know how to share this music other than if I uploaded it to Soundcloud. And I already had the Soundcloud account because I was using it to message other artists. So I just posted them to SoundCloud, and here are some examples. There is a remix for the song Red Like Roses from the Ruby soundtrack, and basically that one was in that edit I basically layered the vocals and edited the pitch throughout the song. So I can't actually play it because my audio interface that I'm using will mute whatever I'm doing on the internet. But just if you want to open up a new tab, go on to SoundCloud, look up Soul, or just Red Like Roses Remix, RLRR. That's the song I'm talking about. And that was actually a pretty interesting one, like, because I was able to really, like amplify some parts, and like there's some parts where it's like it's like distorted and kind of crazy, like the vocals, it's like like it gets really intense, and like my vocal edits to that like just made it a little bit more punchy, I guess. And then like there's one song that was kind of original that I tried to make. I used the like vocals from a song by Allison Stoner called Dragon, and I put that up with a kind of an original instrumental where I like chopped up and made my own beat out of already existing ones. And then like the way I like edited her voice around it, like it was kind of interesting. I didn't know how to like the way I like wrote these out, because I didn't know whether these were like remixes or just nightcore or any of that, so I was just like they're just soul audio remix. So like my next one, The Best Day of My Life, which I've already done a Songs I Love for that, I basically just soul audio mix, and I just fucked with the vocals. There's another track on here where basically there was a couple where I just mashed different songs together. This was one of them. I did a weird mix for This Is Halloween, where I wanted to just mesh together every like cover of that song. So like the Panic at the Disco one, the This Is Halloween from Halloween, or Nightmare Before Christmas. So I meshed together the Marilyn Manson version, the Panic at the Disco version, and like some other ones I found. There was a kind of remix for the ending song for Dead Man Wonderland, which I mostly just made that so I could have something in my Dead Man Wonderland review. There's an audio mix for Fly Solo by Wiz Khalifa, a song called Hot Box by I forget what the guy's name is. And that was before I ever smoked anything. Someone Like You by Mac Miller. And a lot of these I just made like within a day. Not even within a day, within like not even a couple hours. Probably like an hour. Some of them took longer, some of them took a couple hours. Nothing here is like good, by the way. There's like another remix collection of, that's what I call them, where I'm just combining a bunch of songs. In this one, I just combine any song that like reference words like dreaming, and I put them all together. And there's a mix for Years and Years. They're a group who had a song called King. I edited that. Feeling Myself by will.i.am, and Verge by Owl City. And that's basically all the ones I made. And I put these on SoundCloud, and this is how I know SoundCloud is like a bot website. And like, if you're on SoundCloud and you're a musician and you like are looking at all your views, I'm not trying to say your views are fake. I'm not trying to say your views like aren't like correct. But this is some made up bullshit that I'm seeing with these numbers. Okay. For my audio mix for Verge, Owl City, which I made literally in an hour, I have 203,000 views, 229 reposts, 12 comments, and 100 downloads. 100 is like the limit of what they will let you buy. Yeah, that's just crazy. Like, the fact that I can put some bullshit together in an hour with an already existing song and get 200,000 plays is ridiculous. And all my other ones, there's not like one, like this one, 150 views, 200 views. Like, who's listening to any of these? 150 views. and the rest like don't have 750 views. And the rest don't have any, but I don't even like the other ones wouldn't get views because like they're not based on like a popular song. But either way, like that just shows me like that SoundCloud, like the views and the numbers, like I have 68 followers and I haven't done anything on SoundCloud. So that right there shows me that SoundCloud doesn't have a genuine like viewership and that they like inflate their numbers or something. And after that, like I remember I was uploading these to YouTube and they were actually getting views on YouTube too. Like I was like I felt bad. Like I was like, I'm not working that hard on these, and people who actually work hard should be getting these views. There's a couple times in my career where I've stopped myself from like getting views for things I'm not like proud of. For instance, with this, it's like I could have easily, you know, whenever a new song comes out, drop a fucking audio mix, an hour later, boom, views. And sure, it'll get copywritten, but like if I'm getting views, I can use those for other things. But I don't want to be known as a guy who like made fucking a bunch of money off of like doing bullshit like this. And it's not like that good of content. Like sure, there's like a little bit of charm in like what I was doing here. Like there's a couple like edits that I thought were pretty cool. But I'm not even using music software. I'm using a video editor that happens to have like cool enough like sound and like audio edits that I can like manipulate pitch and like just general stuff that you can do that anybody could do. So after that Owl City song blew up, I was just kind of like, okay, like I think I've like reached my course with this and I don't need to make any more of these. Which that's not to say like I dislike doing this. I thought it was just like a fun little like distraction. I always like even songs I just really enjoy, like I'll just fuck with the pitch or something like that and like just get like different sounds in my head just to kind of like, I don't know, because whenever I'm like obsessed with like a song, I feel like I have to do that. But like nowadays I'm not gonna post that. I'm not gonna even like waste my time doing that when I have 100 other projects and I have like other things I want to write and do. And if I do make music, I want to make actual music one day. Like, and when I say like I want to make music, like I want to put in the seeds to like make music now, like getting like good software, getting good advice, like getting this new microphone, stuff like that. I want to do all that so I can like plant the seeds for making good music like 10 years from now. If I ever get off my ass and like really get on that. Because everybody wants to make music. It's not like it's not something like someone like if you ask an average person, do you want to go in the studio and try to make music? They're probably gonna say yes. Anyway, guys, I think that'll cover it for today's video. If you want to look up these songs I made on SoundCloud, if I remember, I'll try to link my account down below. But if I don't, just where to search it. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning with another episode, and until then, with that, I leave you.